I'm Vicki Zambrana, and I'm taking Family 150 through BYU, Idaho. I wish to discuss the career of being a school counselor. School counselors help students see the big picture when it comes to their education and future. They help students deal effectively with the day's problems with an eye towards the student's academic and social future. Individuals are drawn to the counseling profession by desire to help people. People rarely go into the field for financial reasons. However, counselors can often earn a decent salary, which is often more than the teachers they interact with on a daily basis. The hiring process for a counselor is similar to hiring for teachers. These individuals seeking employment submit their applications and other required documents to the school district, and they are screened with the minimum requirements are forwarded to a school principal for further consideration. Most states require that school counselors hold a master's degree. Some states also require school counselors to have licensing, and that varies by state. The experience required to land a school counselor job varies by state, school district, and job market. They may not require experience, but more experienced candidates will certainly have a big leg up over the less experienced candidates. Those new to the field may take less desirable assignments than those who just have put in their time into the profession. There is a stiffer competition for jobs in high-performing and affluent schools. Counselors must be trusted by their students. Without trust, students will not provide information to the counselors they need to appropriately apply their professional knowledge. Part of the inspiring trust from students is maintaining confidentiality of the conversations held between the counselor and the student. Counselors must know when it is necessary to violate the confidentiality when students report crimes, abuse, neglect. Counselors must have an obligation to report this information to the appropriate authorities. And counselors should also report their suspicion of crimes, abuse, and neglect when their professional judgment leads them to believe that these events have occurred or are ongoing. Part of inspiring trust from a student is maintaining confidentiality of the conversation held between a counselor and a student. Counselors must know when it is necessary to violate this confidentiality. When students report crimes, abuse, or neglect, counselors have the obligation to report this information to the appropriate authorities. Counselors should also report their suspicion of crimes and neglect when their professional judgment leads them to believe that these events have occurred or are ongoing. Counselors conduct much of their work in an office. They need a private space to meet with students and those adults who have had a hand in the student's development. Counselors venture outside the office to observe students in the classroom. Teachers may report certain behaviors to the counselor, and the counselor may want to make his or her own observation as part of assessing the counseling needs. Counselors both in the elementary and secondary school assist students in overcoming obstacles that inhibit their learning. Students come into school with a wide range of problems and challenges. They may have learning disabilities, come from low income, experience abuse or neglect, and have an addiction. School counselors work to collaborate with parents, teachers, and principals, medical professions, and social workers to identify and address these problems. The median salary for a school counselor is about $51,000. The salary range for school counselors is between $30,000 and $80,000. School counselors earn more than counselors with other specialties such as vocational, substance abuse, or marriage counselors.